Howdy, today we're doing a video on the Supra. I'm pretty sure I haven't done the Supra video, right? I don't think I did. If I did, that would be hilarious. Well, Super Vandal specifically. So Super Vandal was like one of my favorite weapons back in the day. I think that's the case for a lot of older players. It's just a good old-fashioned LMG that shoots these laser projectile things and has a massive magazine of 300. That's a lot. So, in case you're wondering, mag fashion, yada yada yada, nothing there. So, Supra Vandal, you get it from Barukai Tier, 12.5 fire rate, 300 mag, full auto. The reload is quite high at 3 seconds, but it's not that bad for how big the mag is. The crit chance is the main problem at 16%. 2.0 multiplier, 30% status, and it has 4 impact, 30 puncture, 6 slash for a total of 40 damage. Obviously puncture weighted. That's not that bad since puncture is a decent status and it adds 25% flat crit, so that actually helps our crit chance go up. So we're going to go with a Hunter Munitions build. You can go with something else. Actually, you know what? I think I'll show a Corrosive build first. So here's a Corrosive build. If you're going Corrosive, I would go Deadhead, just because it's going to be easier to keep up and it gives you more damage because of the headshot multiplier. Galvanized Aptitude is additive, not multiplicative, but we do have a lot of status effects here, right? So it's going to be a pretty good damage. Why do I have Amalgam Serration here? That's weird. Okay, take that off. Take this off, move this here, and then we're going to put the electric mod so that we have corrosive and higher status. High voltage. Then actually, because we can fit another mod in here, we can put on galvanized scope, giving us higher crit chance. That should let us, with the puncture procs, we should be able to hit about 100% or higher, I believe. And this build is going to do fairly decent damage. Simulates, just to show nothing's affecting my damage. They're paused so Avenger can't proc, but just so you trust me, there we go, it's not even on. And I'm obviously not casting Nourish. I'm just on Mag because she's sexy. So this is purely the gun itself. We are going to need to get kills before we can actually start doing good damage, since we have no Deadhead stacks or kill stacks for Galvanized Scope, and no Galvanized whatever the fuck it is, like Gun CO, right? Aptitude, that's what it's called. But now that we get a first stack, you can see our damage went up quite a bit. There's our second stack. And our third Deadhead stack. Now look at that. Look at that beautiful damage. I forgot this isn't slash. I have to shoot them until they're dead, not stop shooting. We're getting like nothing but crits and chance of orange crits. Yeah, so Galvanized Scope lets us get guaranteed crits. I love that you can just hold the trigger down in this. It's very satisfying just shooting for that much. This is not the strongest way. I think Hunter Munitions is still a better idea overall. But you can see that this gun is no slouch even on Corrosive build. It will be able to kill stuff in most places in the game. So let's try a different build. Now we are going to be switching to a Hunter Munitions build. Now you might be thinking, why the hell is there an empty mod slot? This is where it normally puts my Riven. It's a decent Riven, crit chance, crit damage, damage to Grineer, which double dips on dots. But we're going to have nothing here right now, okay? Just to show the sheer power of this. Once the puncture procs build up, 25% added to the 48%, right? Because it's flat crit from the puncture procs, that's going to put us at 73% crit chance. Not as high as I would like, but still high enough that Hunter Mumu can work. Also, now we have the problem of Primary Merciless is a pain in the ass to keep stacks up. But you'll see that it's still going to kill just fine nonetheless. Again, no Gun CO active yet, and our multi-shot hasn't built up, so kills are very much required. There's our first kill. We're We're gonna need multiple kills before our damage starts to be anywhere meaningful. You can see it's starting to go up a fair bit though. Now this is our last kill that we need. There we go. 3 Merciless stacks is going to go down to 2. That is decent. Now you have to keep in mind that this is a very old weapon. It is very old, very outdated, and it has depressing crit chance. But for that being the case and no outside buffs in an empty Mon slot, that's a flex slot, that's pretty good if you ask me. So if we come back here, if I were to run something, I would probably go Serration if you don't have a Riven. A Riven is so good here though, because it may only have a dispo of 3, but you need that extra crit chance so that Hunter Mumu procs more often. So being able to put this on, I get an extra 19% crit chance. That's pretty nice. And you can get a Riven with even higher crit chance, like with an actually good negative, or maybe only 2 positives and a negative. That plus the puncture procs, we are now almost at the 100% for the consistent crits, right? With the puncture procs, we should be sitting at 92% crit chance, which is much better. Merciless, still oof. Still a big oof. Now, it would be nice if you could fit cold damage into here, and then you would be able to run Frostbite instead, and that would give bonus, damage? What should we call it? Damage. Crit damage. Oh yeah, and multi-shot. See, I'm not that stupid. So we'll show this, but then I'm going to show it with Arcane Avenger, as well as Frostbite and cold damage. Still need to get our procs up. There we go. Now our damage is going to go up. You can already see, without even all of our procs up, our damage is already significantly higher just from that little bit of extra crit chance. You wouldn't think that only 19% would make that much of a difference, but it obviously does. It just makes us get significantly more slash procs. Now, the Bane part of this on my Riven is damage to Grineer, and these are not Grineer. These are technically Grineer, sort of, but the game does not consider them so because they are corrupted enemies. So the Bane is actually part of the Riven is doing nothing. This is very respectable damage. This is more than usable. You can kill most enemies in the game just fine with this. Now let's say you wanted to build into it more, and you didn't have a Riven, for example. You could go cold damage. Where is this? Am I blind? Oh, duh, it's already on the weapon because I have viral. Fuck, I forgot. Oh, yeah. We can't go viral and cold at the same time. I'm so fucking stupid. Shit. Well, it has a lot of status. We can fix that. Okay, so instead we go here. Bam. Cold damage. Then we go... Where? High voltage. Look. Corrosive Cold with Hunter Mumu. I know. Trust. Frostbite. Then Arcane Avenger and Nourish. Alright? I know that's a lot of stuff to run, but don't worry about it. It's stuff you're putting on, not stuff that you have to actually do anything to, like, act, proc, or at least for the most part. Spawn these guys in. I actually have to unpause them, I forgot. Invincibility, add that in. Nourish. And now you have to build up our stacks. You can see we max out on viral stacks really quick. Or sorry, we can't even max out because they die so... Look at this damage. Now we have a ton of direct damage and slash damage that goes through armor. No green shards here either. Look at this damage. All we did was, other than switching the build, right? The only external buffs are Arcane Avenger and Nourish. Arcane Avenger isn't that hard to get. And let's be honest here, most people have Nourish on literally every fucking frame. Why is that guy so tanky? What the fuck? That guy was like way tankier than the rest of the enemies. That was weird. Oh, it's because Nourish wasn't active anymore. Oh yeah, Nourish makes a big difference for flesh type enemies. I think this damage. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. This is very big PP damage. It will only get better after Jade Shatters when armor's not as intense, you don't have to full strip, and cold becomes better, which will give us even more crit damage and let us freeze enemies solid. And this is without a ribbon. You get yourself a godlike ribbon for this thing? Do all this? Oh, you're gonna do some big PP damage. I think Super is still very viable, and it's still very fun. I love this weapon. And if you really wanted to get crazy, right? Say you didn't care about the cold, right? Let's go with the different build. Fuck this. Remove that. Move this. 420 in the mag. Nice, nice. And then we slap on Worm. Reinforced Bond, which also works on Panzer Volpophyla, by the way. I guess we could go Panzer instead. Yeah, Reinforced Bond. And now our fire rate and our mag both went up. Look at this. Look at this. Then wait for it. Wait for it. Gauss. I know a lot of you are playing Gauss out there. Gauss Prime. Switch to him. I don't have a Hunter or a Energized Munitions build on him anymore. Damn it. Well, Energized Munitions you would want, because then you can really spam your weapon. But let's activate red line. And then just keep running into the wall so we build it up. Yes. Yes. Is that not the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? Look at that. This isn't even like an optimal build. Let's go in and see what we can do to this thing. Oh yes. Not a whole lot, honestly. Oh wait, that's because we don't have our stacks built up yet, so we have no flat damage. There we go. There we go. Oh my god. I'm gonna be honest, if you don't think this is fun, I'm not sure what's wrong with you. You might need to see a doctor. You might need to see a therapist. You might have like crippling depression and no one can fix that for you. Sorry. Because this is just so right on so many levels. It's beautiful. But that's gonna be it for the Supra. Supra Vandal. I'd suggest giving it a shot. It's very fun. If you haven't tried it before, definitely do so. It's so juicy. I love it. Please subscribe. You'll gain 10 billion IQ. Adios.